right, good afternoon. City of Clear Lake Shores City Council regular meeting, April 20th, 2021 at 6:30 p.m. Call to order, and we have a quorum with all council members present. Item number 2 is pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the Texas flag. Well, this is a good time to go into the next item. Is a proclamation for Mr. Brandon Dunnigan and Troop 603, which a lot of them are here in our presence, and all the volunteers that worked on the reconstruction of the Clear Lake Shores kayak launch located at Jarboe Bayou Park. So if y'all had a chance to get down there and see that, it's a tremendous job. So I'll just first read the proclamation. I forgot my glasses. Alright, so this might take a minute, so please bear with me. Whereas the City of Clear Lake Shores... Oh, okay, cool. Oh, look at that. A place for families and sunsets takes pride in its sense of community and citizen involvement, and whereas Eagle Scout Brandon Dunnigan, Troop 603, has completed his project, which was the rebuilding of the Clear Lake Shores kayak dock, and whereas Brandon started in Cub Scouts in September 2011 to spend time with friends and with the love and support of his parents, Audrey and Sean, and his brother Riley. He joined Boy Scouts of America in 2014, rising from a scout in 2014 to a life designation in May 2018. Brandon will graduate from Clear Falls High School in May 2021 and following additionally scouting experience in New Mexico this summer, and will attend Boston University in the fall. And whereas Brandon completed project is located at the banks of Jarboe Bayou and Clear Lake Shores Jarboe Bayou Park, and whereas Brandon led a team of 9 scouts from the Troop 603 and community volunteers with 251.50 man-hours to complete. This project allowed him to give back to a city and the residents that call Clear Lake Shores home. And whereas the rank of Eagle Scout is nationally recognized at the higher tribute to a person's character, dedication, and the goals and ideas of scouting. And whereas through his achievements in scouting, Brandon stands as an exemplar and credit to his troop, his community, his county, and his state, as well as his family and friends. Now, therefore, I, Kurt Otten, Mayor of the City of Clear Lake Shores, Texas, on the behalf of the entire City Council, do hereby proclaim Brandon Dunnigan and Troop 603 outstanding citizens and recognize their achievements and significant contribution within the community. And I've signed this, and so next we're going to do a couple presentations of the folks. So I'll call out some names, and if you're here, you can come grab one. The first one is Blake Bradbeer, Reagan DeJohn, Gary Elbert, Hudson Elbert, Natalie Escalante, Liam Fitzpatrick. I feel like I'm at a graduation. Melissa Fitzpatrick, Joe Cratterall, Yosef Hirsch, Jack Maddox, Michael Maddox. Woohoo! All right. Come on up here and I'll give this to you. And if you stay up here, we'll get a picture in a second. So hopefully more friends are here. Roger Maddox. There's Roger. We'll get them from Christy when we get done, please. Ben Michalik, Romero Padilla, Raymond Padilla, and I'm going to mess these names up. Alexandra Panagotirius. Is it close? Kind of? Sorry. Congratulations. Thank you. Then here's another one. Akil Rahathranam. All right, I try. Kat Sabo. Jacob Smith. And Rylan Smith. I don't know if you can dig through that, the one for Jack. And then next is, before they come up, is just, I just want to say a few words off of my own memory, which is usually not much. Brandon came to the city with myself and Angie, and I think Brent too, end of June, and had this idea he was going to fix the dock. At first it just started out as just a small, easy task of taking the wood off or maybe putting new wood on top. And so I had this bright idea, and I've already been working on it with the city administrator, Brent, and we had an opportunity to buy probably $12,000 or $14,000 worth of dock that was used at the NBL from Rothy Corporation, and get it for like $4,000 or $5,000, so huge savings for the city. And we had that over there, but we didn't know how we were going to get the job done. Well, Brandon showed up on our doorsteps, and thank you for doing it. And it was a huge asset for the city for you to come and do that. And also admire your parents of how they raised you, and you'll remember this day. Someday you'll be out there with your kids and your wife, and say I put this dock together with a bunch of my friends and people from school, and from all you, thank you for the support. And I know some of it's for extra hours for going to college and stuff, and that's very important, so thank you. So Audrey Dunnigan, Mom. And is Riley here? Yep, there. Brother. And Dad, Sean. And now Dad was, a couple times I saw him down there, and he was in the mud pretty deep, and he's like, this is a lot more than I think this was going to happen. Should have done a book fair. Thank you. And last, but certainly not least, Mr. Brandon Dunnigan. Also, get a quick picture real quick. Part of your Eagle Scout, you have to stay through the meeting, I heard. But no, you're welcome to leave if y'all like. It wouldn't disturb us if you needed to leave. All right, next is public hearing The City of Clear Lake Shores will hold a public hearing to discuss the possible revocation of waterfront leases for non-compliance. I've been told by Mr. Brent Spear that not all of these are going to be up tonight, but I'll read them off to make it legal. It was B052B Cheryl Coward bulkhead repair, C061B Dottie Cunningham bulkhead repair, C-075 Carla Finger pier repair, and C-082 Jessica Sylvester bulkhead repair. The only one that needs the public hearing is Jessica Sylvester with C082. And you're here, so you can come talk if you'd like. Oh. Can you grab a microphone, please? All of our at-home folks are complaining that we don't talk loud enough, so.
We sold part of our property, and the people that we sold it to did not want the waterfront, and we have 2 other leases in front of our waterfront, so we were voluntarily turning it back over to the city.
Do you have a survey of that lease for us to understand which one is the different portions?
Not within a lot of years.
Okay.
We're grandfathered in, so we've had it for...
So anything that you could bring to us would be greatly appreciated, and the city will have to conduct a survey of that and figure out which one is the C082, and we'll take that back and then proceed forward with whatever needs to be done and auction it off. So thank you, appreciate you for showing up tonight. Any other further people want to speak during the public hearing at this time? Having none, the public hearing is closed at 6:42. All right, next is reports from council. Councilwoman Jan Bailey.
I don't think it's coming on. Maybe it is. I just want to thank Troop 603 and Brandon. Congratulations on your upcoming graduation, and congratulations in getting into Boston. Great accomplishment. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bailey. Next is Councilman Rick Fisher.
Brandon, I want to tell you guys thank you very much. We've had a lot of use out of that dock prior to it being rebuilt, so we're looking forward to using it again. Other than that, unfortunately, I was out of town for the last Parks and Pool committee meeting, so I, at this point, have nothing to report on that.
All right, thank you, Mr. Fisher. Councilwoman Christy Lyons.
I have nothing to report, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lyons. Councilman Alex Scanlon.
I have nothing to report.
All right, thank you, Mr. Scanlon. And Councilman Randy Cronister.
I have nothing to report.
Turn him down. He's number 1.
He's the
Not really number 1, but number 1. A microphone. All right, next is myself. So just a couple things. Reminder to get out and vote. CCISD has board elections going on. We do not have any elections here. None were contested, so we don't have them on Clear Lake Shores. So the closest place is the Education Support Center at 2425 East Main Street. And then the day of elections, you can vote at Stewart Elementary. Also, there's an upcoming shrimp boil that I put together, and that'll be May 1st on a Saturday from about 2 o'clock to 5-ish. And we're getting 200 pounds of shrimp. A lot of things have been donated. There'll also be a jump and a water slide there for the kids, which are sponsored by the Civic Club, and some other businesses are sponsoring some stuff. Galveston Bay Beer Company will be there with samples of their beer, if anybody's interested. So come on out. It's just something that Joe Lee used to do as far as reading some old Islanders, and I thought it was good just for folks to get together since of the COVID's opening up a little bit, and we also missed snow day. So, although these created a lot of savings for the city, this is a minimal cost for us to put this together. Next is the tax appraisal office has released their tax appraisals, so just remember those are out there, and that there's a lot of information on how to protest those. I've heard some of them have gone up extremely, so just be aware of that. The Elks Lodge is having the Clear Lake Shores Elk Lodge is hosting a gumbo cook-off this Saturday with live auction at 4 o'clock and awards at 4:30. And then there's a blessing of the fleet on Sunday, starts at 2 o'clock in the Clear Creek Channel going through Kemah, and any boats are welcome, or you can join in and sign online. And CLS is sponsoring one of the lead boats, I believe it's the military boat. And so I hope to see y'all out there. Next is staff reports. Item 6, Police Department, Chief Keel.
Thank you, Mayor, Council, and members of the audience. I've got a couple of reports for the Council. Just an update on the cameras that we purchased. The in-car cameras and the body cams have been installed. Software has been uploaded. Got a few kinks that we worked out over last Friday, and it seems to be working right now. I'll keep you updated on that if there's any change, but looks like the whole system's up and running, and we did not have to buy a server, which saved us about $8,000. We did trade the jet skis in and got a trade-in value and purchased a golf cart and had some money left over, which we turned back over to the city. So that went very well. And the only other thing I have is my sponsorship of a charity for this month. That I'm asking everyone to consider donation to the Wounded Warrior Project. You can Google that. It talks about the programs that they have available and where the money is spent and how it benefits our veterans. So if you could see it in your heart to donate to that group, we would appreciate it. Thank you.
No further questions. Thanks, Chief Keel. Wounded Warriors, definitely a good charity to give to. Next is Building Official Kevin Harrell.
Thank you, Mayor and Council and citizens. Building report from April 6th to April 20th. I've issued 11 permits in those last 2 weeks. They're all minor construction. I currently still have 6 homes in various stages of construction going up right now. The unsafe structure at 419 Oak. I visited with Mr. Chernecki this past Monday morning. I did inform him that his second report is a few days overdue. He did supply me with that second report today. He has laid out that he is getting a dumpster, which he did. He got it this morning, or excuse me, Monday morning, and it is currently 3/4 full. He did report that he did miss 5 days for inclement weather. I spoke to him about his structural engineer. He did say that he has spoken to someone and he has hired someone, and I had asked him for verification of that engineer to make sure that it is true. He has asked for temporary power for the site. I did inform him that an electrician should be hired and a temporary pole constructed. Okies right, new construction. Okies is almost complete. They are doing some minor electrical work inside. They finished the bar and service area. They will be working on his office and the back portion where the dishwashing equipment is. Galveston Bay Brewing Company, spoke to them today. I should be getting drawings fairly soon, within the week or the first of next week, so we can get that started. Code enforcement cases. I currently have sent out letters for 6 short-term rentals, illegal short-term rentals, so hopefully they will get back with me soon. I do have 2 approved short-term rentals that are on our website now, so everyone can see them, and hopefully that will help them sell. I have 3 code enforcement cases currently right now. They're all high grass and weeds. Do you have any questions? That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Harrell. Next is, Clear Lake Shores, Kima Volunteer Fire Department, Chief Rob Zuniga is
So
up.
I have some stats for
Okay.
both EMS and fire. Attended a meeting last night. So for the month of March, EMS was 45 incidents, fire was 18 incidents. The average turnout for fire was 1 minute and 19 seconds. The average turnout for first response was 39 seconds. To the incident from getting on the truck or the box, the first responders were 3 minutes and 29 seconds, and fire was 5 minutes and 33 seconds. So, they're doing well.
All
Thanks.
right, thank you. Ms. Bailey, and just for the record, please mark that they're not present, Christie. And then next is, Galveston County Health District, Amy Weber, not present. Next is, City Administrator Brent Spear.
Thank you, and I'll also echo thank you, Troop 603 and Brandon, for your hard work. The advantage of going clean up is I don't have to talk about everything that everybody else talked about, but I do have one thing to add. There was a donated sign at the kayak dock, and we lost it in a storm, but high wind, and we located that. We're going to take that design and have it transferred to metal, and it will be replaced up there, so it's a little more sturdy and weather resistant. So I don't know exactly who did that sign, but thank you, and we will get that. We'll get that preserved for longevity's sake. When we get that done, I can also return that wooden one to you. I'm afraid it wouldn't last with a lot of rain. It'd probably start warping out, but thank you very much. Today did conduct a substantial walkthrough on Birch Road Bridge. I know that is a main connector for All Points retail for Clear Lake Shores, and also the school. That is expected to be open first week of May. There were some minor items that are being addressed. One is there's 2 guardrails to be installed. Materials are on a delay there. There's some minor grading around a telephone junction box, and there'll be a new stop sign and a separate speed limit sign installed on the approach from the east side. Currently they're located on one pole, which is against MUTCO standards. So county will take care of that, and looking forward to doing that. It's a beautiful setup. There's also a section prior to the bridge, west side bridge, that does not have any sidewalk, and we're going to staff's going to go ahead and contact some contractors and get some pricing on putting the sidewalk there. It's the only section that doesn't have sidewalk now to make that crossing. Makes sense to do that if we can work it around existing trees without cutting down some really nice oak trees. So we'll be working on that. On EDC projects, the east lot, if you've noticed any activity during the day or turned soil at night, conduits going in for those parking lot lights. And we're moving forward with that. Anticipate similar work on the west lot for Plaza 1006. And here in the clubhouse, our ice maker died again, and new ice maker's been purchased. It's en route right now. Removing the old ice maker, I knew that there was some soft spots in the floor. I didn't realize how bad it was, but there's a section of flooring that was rotted over there and waterlogged due to, I guess, probably a leak that's been going on for years and years and years based on the damage. And so Public Works has been working really hard the last 2 days to get it to a point where we can start closing that up, and we should have that closed up in the next couple days. Well, it'll be closed up tomorrow, but the level of the floor needs to be built up because there's quite a large transition there. But we're working on that, in addition to all the other things that they seem to do during the day. Are there any questions? Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Spear. Next is item number 7, committee reports, Parks and Pool.
Hello? Is it on? Well, after many months, we finally had an official committee meeting. Can you hear everybody hear me? Hello? I don't do well with these mics. Okay. This month we finally had a committee meeting. It was our first meeting with one of our new members, Jesse Young, who attended. Our other new member, Mark Thompson, could not be there. So we were very nice to have him attend a meeting with us. We got a lot of updates from Brent. Filled us in on Sundial Park. It was approved to proceed with it, with the bulkhead and the fishing dock. So he gave us a good update on that and updated us on Shell Bottom Park. And that's moving forward, updated on the grant money situation also. That's proceeding. And then we had one of our members, Melissa Stauffer, bring up that she would like speed bumps on Birch Road, that there's so much speeding there, and there are speed bumps on in front of all the other parks. And so it was suggested that she could actually maybe discuss with you, Rick, on that, and maybe get it presented to City Council. And discuss the pool management contract. No real changes there. This year, no changes in membership fees. We've made a lot of changes to the membership pool packets in the past, but we've kind of covered everything on that, so no changes there. Discuss the pool renovation, which is going on right now, and hopefully it will still be ready by the end of this month. Brent, is that still on? Okay. Because we want it finished for the ice cream social. That's pool membership drive sign up along with the ice cream social with the Civic Club, which will be May 6th. So we really want the pool finished up for that. And we are getting new chairs and lounges at the pool, and Brent was going to order those, and hopefully we asked that he order those so that we could have those for the ice cream social. A lot of the furniture out there is getting very unusable, and it will be disposed of. We'll keep some, dispose of some. Haven't figured out how they're going to get rid of what we don't want, but discuss that in the future. And we lost a lot of plants, as everywhere else did, at the pool, a lot of which our committee members planted themselves. So it's really sad to see all those gone, but that happens. So, and we're just kind of holding off right now to see what's all coming back, and then can replace a little bit of it. I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Christian. Next is roads and drainage.
Alright, I guess I'll fill in for Richard. We've met 2 or 3 times since the last council meeting, I think twice in the last week, just discussing some changes to our existing ordinances regarding drainage and aligning some of the different sections to make sure they are congruent with each other. And we have another meeting next week where we will be reviewing our final recommendations and voting on it before bringing it to council. We've also gone and contacted a lot of contractors for road replacement, and we're waiting on our PMG road study to make a decision on how we're going to move forward with that.
Thank you, Mr. Scanlon. Next is zoning board of adjustments. Mr. Michalski.
There were no minutes to report on the zoning board of adjustments. For planning and zoning, we held a meeting on the 12th of April. During that meeting, there were 5 replats approved in that meeting. Details can come from the meeting minutes if anyone's interested in those, any particulars in that. That's all.
All right, thank you. Next is waterfront compliance. Mr. Brad. All right, thank you. Next is item 8, Civic Club activities report. I don't think anybody's here from the Civic Club. Item 9 is Economic Development Corporation. I'd like to welcome our new president of the EDC, Mr. Johnny Boltinghouse. And and also extend a huge thanks to Charles Scoville for everything that he did with the EDC, and hate to see him leaving, but he's going down to Galveston, which is a pretty nice place to go.
Thanks, everybody. Is this on? Our last meeting, I was appointed president, so I'm super honored, but under some reluctance because Charles is leaving, and those shoes are not very fillable. But I assure you I'll do my best, and my door's always open. You guys know where to find me if you have any concerns or questions. Brent hit most of the high points that were... Was it? Oh no, that's fine. Of what we're doing right now, we're kind of in a little bit of a coast mode as much as we can be, just because of cash flow. Have you heard from? Thomas has been working with CenterPoint Energy to relocate, or check options to relocate those overhead power lines that are coming in on the main street there, because something needs to be done because of the trees. Although I don't know how much the trees are growing at the moment, but something has to be done eventually. And so he's been working with them, and we'll know something next time. Lastly, we're taking applications for the open director position. So all are welcome if anyone knows anyone. Christy's taking those. That's it. Thanks.
All right, thank you, Mr. Boltinghouse. Next is item number 10, public comments. At this time, any person with city-related business may speak to the City Council in compliance with the Texas Open Meeting Act. City Council may not deliberate. Comments from the public should be limited to the maximum of 3 minutes per individual. Anybody like to come speak? Not everybody's jumping up at once, so not having any. Item number 11, new business, consent agenda. Is there any items that council would like to have pulled? Having none, is there any objections to the consent agenda, items A, B, C, D, and E, as read on the screen? Having none, the consent agenda is accepted as written. Next is council business discussion and possible action may be taken on the following items. Item A, appointment of 1 member to the Roads and Drainage Committee due to the resignation of Jeff Terrell. The term will expire in August 30th of 2021, or September, sorry. And I think we had 1 person. Tanya Rogers. There you are. Welcome. Thanks for volunteering. So yes, so Tanya turned in her application. I think that's the only one we received. So
I'll motion to appoint Tanya Rogers to the Roads and Drainage Committee to replace Jeff Terrell for the remainder of his term, or is this for the remainder of his term, expiring on 9/30/2021?
motion by Mr. Scanlon, second Mr. Cronister. Any discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
And it's unanimous. All right, next is wherever I went. Item number B, action from the public hearing, possible revocation of waterfront leases for noncompliance. And the only one that we would be to discuss is C-082, Jessica Sylvester for the bulkhead and repair. And I think everything's been explained, unless anybody has any questions. So we'll need a motion to revoke it, yeah.
I'll make a motion to revoke, waterfront property C082 from Jessica Silverston.
Alright, I'll second.
All right, motion by Ms. Lyons, second by Mr. Fisher. Any discussion?
So, Ms. Coward was the person, Ms. Coward, you were here? She said that she wanted to give her lease back, or she did not?
Yeah, it's been fixed. So
Okay,
it's
so
been
she
taken-
stood up and
It's
said-
been removed off the public hearing.
Okay. I thought she said she had other leases and, okay, thank you.
Yeah, so the
I
only
just want to
item,
be clear.
the only item we're addressing tonight is C-082. Any further discussion?
Are there any communications with Ms. Sylvester? Where?
She's willing to give it back to the city.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were I thought you were B052. Sorry. Okay, that's perfect. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Having none, all in favor of revoking C-082 Jessica Sylvester? Aye.
Aye.
And it's unanimous. All right. Thanks for everybody coming out tonight, and it is 7:07. Meeting is adjourned.